Hey audience! Okay, so today we are going to be working on a supercharged healing elixir. So in the video you will see me use several different herbs, several different tools and techniques. If you do not have all of these herbs or these tools and you don't know how to do this spell, you should probably not do it, wee lamb, because you're going to jack something up and hurt yourself. Just kidding. No, seriously guys, I'm not going to be that type of person who is going to tell you that you have to fit your practice into a box or, lack of better terms, a triangle, you know, like the good old witch's triangle. Okay, here's the deal. If you don't have the herbs that I have, use what you have. Go to your apothecary and take a good look at it and go, what herbs here correspond with healing? What herbs do I have? Give me that feel good kind of healing vibe and use those. Use your intuition to guide you. You do not need to have every single herb that I use. You do not need to have every tool that I use. The spells that we witches do on sharing on social media are more like guidelines. And the same can be said for the spells that you find in books. It's just an outline. It is a guideline. It's up to you to read through it, pick and choose what works for you, and make your own spell. Because the key ingredient is your intention. That is the most important thing. It doesn't matter how many herbs you have or how many fancy tools you have. If your intention is not there, it's just not going to work, okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, follow the code, follow the code, follow the code, because I'm not that type of person. I don't even follow the code in my practice. I'm more of the code is more like guidelines. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's more like guidelines. That's a sparrow reference right there. Now, okay, incense is burning and now I'm moving on to my herbs first thing. So first I'm going to start with a little bit of rue. Now all of these herbs I have chosen for healing properties. I'm going to basically be making a loose incense blend to charge my spell. So a couple of spoonfuls of rue. I don't want to go too much because I don't have that much right now. I'm almost out of him. Then I am going into Calamus. And this is more of a bark. So I'm going to go with about one good spoonful of that. I'm going to pause here and actually grind those two together. Next, I am going in with some eucalyptus leaves. And I'm just gonna break those guys up a little bit. Now I'm going in with some rosemary. I'm going to do that in 3 because I have a ton of rosemary at the moment. Next, I'm going in with saffron, and I'm going to do about a good sprinkle on him, maybe a little bit more. Oh, that looks so pretty already. Now I'm going in with spearmint. I have plenty of this, so I'm putting in a generous amount. About a good 6 solid spoonfuls in there. Then I'm going in with some coriander. Not too much, just a little kick for that health. And then I'm going in with some Vetivert, and this is more of a root. And I'm just gonna, oh my gosh, I am going to try to pinch some of this off. Oh Lord, he does not want to come out. It would actually be really good to have a pair of shears right now. This is a very stubborn root. There we go. Be stubborn and heal. The last herb or bark that I'm going to use is mesquite. Now, this is a native tree to where I live, so it's easily harvested. I do see this being labeled with protective qualities and healing qualities. Let me rephrase that. Mesquite, when I look it up, most of the time it is labeled as being very healing. However, I would like to add that I think it is very protective as well, because it literally has inch-long thorns in this tree. There are types that do not have the thorns, but this particular one that I harvested this bark from had the thorns, and I kid you not, they are about an inch long. So to me, that just screams protective qualities. So mesquite bark in there. It actually smells really good when you burn it too. So that is all my herbs. I'm going to give them a good round in the mortar and pestle and really think about healing, what I can do to take care of myself better. Drinking water, getting more sleep, eating better food, avoiding McDonald's as much as I can, not eating or not drinking so much caffeine, even though I love it. Sleep. Oh my God, can we talk about sleep? So now we have my cauldron, and he's basically going to hold the herbs. So I'm going to take the herbs that I combined in the mortar and pestle and place them inside the cauldron. The addition of your water bottle. Now I went ahead and cleansed this earlier, rinsing it out, making sure it was clean physically. And I have doused it with my sage smoke earlier before I started everything. So she has been cleansed. And now I'm going to introduce the element of water. And this water is distilled, it's basically drinking water. So it's ready to go. I've also exorcised it or cleansed it, you know, the basic creature of water. I cleanse thee, remove all evil I can see and evil that is unseen. So boom, there you go, it's cleansed. Now this is basically holy water, but it is still drinking water. So I'm taking this water and I'm putting it in this bottle. Almost all the way full. I'm going to cap her, and then she is going into the cauldron. And I'm just going to wiggle this in there, in between the herbs, and basically make a little nest for it. Now will be another opportune moment to focus on your intention, pulling the energies to you, focusing on your goal and bringing it down. Now the crystals will be added to the cauldron with the herbs. They will supercharge my healing water. Layer that I am going to add to this spell is this tray. Now I'm going with this tray because it's silver, okay? Colors for the moon, silver. Okay, it is a full moon. Now, I am going to be placing this tray outside. The spell will be residing in the middle of this tray, the cauldron with the healing water, the healing crystals, and the healing herbs. The tray will be reflecting the light of the moon from below, and then the moon will be reflecting down. So as above, so below, that kind of thing, playing off of that. The next element I'm going to add is one of my oils. This is simply a rose oil. This one I am adding for the element of a little bit of love in there, because healing and love seem to go hand in hand. A little bit of self-care there. Now what I'm doing is I have a paintbrush and I'm dipping it into the oil bottle and using the oil to trace out a circle. A handful of good old table salt for this one. Now, salt is one of your most powerful tools. Never forget, it does what you ask of it. So I'm going to take a moment here and ask for protection of self. Protect my health. Then I am going to sprinkle the salt on the tray, making sure to go over the places where I laid out the oil. You could try this with rock salt, but I don't think it would work as well. You could also use sand. Give your tray a few good taps and take some of the excess salt off and move it into your mortar and pestle. Then you will be left with something like this. Now, that is simply rose oil and table salt on the silver tray. Easy, guys. You can do this. So, this is the base for my spell now. I'm going to take the cauldron with my healing herbs and my supercharged crystals and place it right on top of my symbol. I have a candle. He is a focusing point for me. I have used my piece of obsidian that's kind of shaped like a claw. It's pretty sharp. I went ahead and inscribed the words, "Heal me," upon this candle. I'm going to finish burning it while I complete the spell and actually work on my incantation. I'm going to share this with you. I ask that sickness leave me. Health is the desire I wish to see. I ask that sickness leave me. Health is the desire I wish to see. I ask that sickness leave me. Health is the desire I wish to see. After saying the incantation for however many times you wish to do, I would advise meditating and focusing energy and imbuing the water with healing properties. Once the candle is burned out, I am going to close my circle, snuff my remaining candles, and take this tray outside to absorb the moon, the full moon energy. It is another layer that I am adding to this spell. I will probably do it tonight and tomorrow, and then the moon will probably start coming up a lot later. So I'll probably do 2 or 3 days, whatever I can pull off. Then my water will be fully charged. I will use this water for a morning tea.